And it can also be a good move for the Toronto Blue Jays, who now acquire a player who's better suited to their roster. I mean, Tapia just hammers the ball into the ground, like super tall and lanky, really different physique and really different swing profile and offensive profile than what you're going to get from a lot of the Blue Jays players. But, he kind of reminds me of like a tall and lanky Dominican Ben Revere. And Ben Revere was like a good player for this Blue Jays team the last time they were really good. People loved Ben Revere. And probably they probably loved him more than they kind of should have for how good he was.
They saw like the best 2 months of his career though, right?
Him and like a lot of guys on that team,
right?
Actually.
It's just like they saw the worst month of Jonathan Villar's career.
Yes.
Blue Jays fans saw the best 2 months of Ben Revere's career.
They did. And so I'm not promising Blue Jays fans Ben Revere levels because, he did play great in Toronto in 2015. But I think that Tapia can be really useful. I think as a bench player, I certainly don't think you want to give him 500 at-bats in the American League East. But as a bench player who starts in left when Lourdes is DHing, starts in center when Springer's DHing, he can pinch run for you. He can pinch hit for Danny Jansen. I think there's value there. Like, I like this trade for the Jays.
So don't forget to take us back to Grichuk, because I want to like kind of tie a bow on the Grichuk era. But you remind me of something with Tapia. I don't know. Did you read? Actually, don't answer if you read what I wrote.
Yeah,
but
I did.
Did you? All right. So did you see some of the numbers with Tapia?
The 67% ground ball rate.
So it's crazy. Yeah. It's insane. It's actually like it's borderline historic. Some of the numbers that
like since 2001 or something.
Since 2001, the highest single season ground ball rate.
Yeah,
and it's nearly 70%, and it's not a small sample. It's a substantial full season sample. Like, so when this trade happened, right? Like, I was like, all right, I don't know Tapia's numbers like front to back as a Blue Jays reporter, right? So I'm like, let me just, dig in on some of these, pull up Fangraphs, pull up Savant. And I was looking at them like, is this an error? Has there been like a, clerical error here? Is this a typo? His launch angle is negative 4.4 last season
into the ground,
which is quite literally like into the ground. Negative 4.4. Remember when we were talking about Vladdy's launch angle and it was like, super low, but it was like 7 to 10 or something.
Yeah.
Negative 4.4, dude. I wish I had it in front of me, but it's like, over the last 6 seasons, there have been maybe 7 guys who had a negative launch angle. Like, read it in my story. It's in there. Like, maybe 7 guys who had a negative launch angle at all. And like 2 of them are pitchers. And none of them had the sample that Tapia did. But then the flip side of this is that if you go on Savant, you will see that he's like a 70th percentile max exit velo guy.
Weird.
Like, hits the ball as hard as the top 30% of hitters in baseball. And then you look at his average home run distance. Look up this guy's homers last year. He hit like only 6, but he friggin' parked these things. Like, these things are gone. He has the same average home run distance in 2021 as Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
He has a higher average home run distance than Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who we all watched hit like absolute missiles out of minor league parks last year.
Yeah.
It's so strange. And I wonder if like the Blue Jays see something in there where they're like, we can get this guy off the ground, get him in the air a bit more often, tapping into that exit velo a bit more. But then it's like, oh, hey, who hit the ball in the air with pretty good exit velo? Randal friggin' Grichuk. Maybe you should trade for that guy if that's what you want. So, like, is this guy's game not predicated on the ground ball and using his legs to beat the defense to first base, like, and making contact? Because if he starts trying to get the ball in the air a bit more and, like, make harder contact in the air, he's probably going to swing and miss a bit more, right?
Exactly. And right now, he's a really tough guy to strike out. Like, I think it's 13%, something like that. Really low strikeout rate. League average, 25%, something like that. So he's half of that.
Yeah.
And to me, like, and yeah, you outlined it within the piece for sure. But like,
it's so strange.
Let him do his thing. Is like he's.
But his thing is so strange. His thing is like, I hit ground balls 70% of the time and I hit them straight into the ground.